Hi, I'm attorney John Cannon with Cannon and Associates, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about how you can settle your personal injury car accident claim without a personal injury attorney. Before we get into that, you need to know first and foremost the information available in your case. It's important that you identify every single policy that could potentially be recoverable in your case before you start negotiations. Oklahoma law dictates that you have the authority to seek disclosure of this information from every relevant insurance company, and it's important that you obtain that before you start talking to the insurance company about what the coverage may be, about what a settlement may be for your injuries. Additionally, it's important to know what insurance you have. Do you have too much insurance, too little insurance, just the right amount? Do you have uninsured motorist or underinsured motorist coverage, also called UIM? When you know all the policies or medical coverage in place for you, that can assist you in identifying the pots of coverage that could potentially cover your injuries and your economic damages. Also, you need to assess the medical treatment that you received in the past, the medical treatment that you'll receive during this case, your future medical treatment. What economic impact has the case had on you? Have you missed work? If so, how much income have you missed out on? Will you have future injury or future causes to lose the ability to work for a period of time? Those are economic damages that, as a result of your injury, drive the value of your case. Do you have permanent or long term injuries that can't necessarily be quantified what impact those will have? It's important that you look at all the factors that could potentially be a basis for damages, potentially be a basis for recovery, and come up with your estimation of the value of your case before you begin a conversation with the insurance adjuster to determine the value of your case. So, what you came to hear today, 3 tips on how to negotiate your own personal injury claim with an insurance adjuster. First and foremost, you need to know your enemies and your friends. The insurance company is your enemy. They are not there to help you. They are not there to ensure that you get full and fair compensation. They are a business. They're there to make profit. Their goal is to make sure that you don't cause them to miss their bottom line. They are trying to settle your personal injury claim for as little as possible. They will record conversations with you. They will ask you directed and pointed questions that try and identify ways that they can show that you were liable for the accident. They will try and pencil hole you into specific areas of injury and nothing else. Because if you only identify A and B as your pain points during that initial conversation, and it turns out days or weeks later you suffer additional injuries, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The insurance company will say that's unrelated to the car accident. So it's important that you know who the enemies are and protect yourself from their interests. Before you give them any information, you want to identify every single plan available and have that information at the ready. 2, the insurance companies will never accept your first offer. It is a back and forth game for them. So you should always start with a high number. You should start your claim with $500,000, $500,000, $250,000. There should be a logical basis for your claims with economic, non-economic damages, current, future medical bills, pain and suffering, other things that have had a negative impact on you based on the accident that their client, that their driver's at fault for. But never start at exactly what you think your case is worth. Because guess what? The insurance company is there to make a profit, and they will never accept your first offer, no matter what. Or at least we've seen that to be the case in almost every instance. So, what should you start with? Start with a high number. Keep in mind that the system works based on back and forth, similar to buying or selling a house. Most people, when they list a house for sale, expect that someone is going to come in and say, I won't give you your asking price, but I'll give you this. And that starts a back and forth that may result in the sale of a home. The insurance game, and I call it a game intentionally, is the same process. So you must start above what the value of your case is so that you could potentially, in that back and forth process, reach an amount the insurance company will settle for that's fair compensation for all your damages and injuries. 3, if you're negotiating your own, give them an offer and then hire an attorney. You should not answer the substantive questions of the insurance company. Again, they will try and pencil your injuries in. They will try and lock you in on a damage amount. And once you give them that number, they will never go above it. And part of that process is to know, finally, the value drivers of your case. What do I mean by that? The insurance company has a book of information that they look at. And if they see these value drivers in their case, then they will determine that your case is worth more. First and foremost, If at the scene you were taken somewhere by an ambulance, that's a value driver in your case. Second, if during the event you go to the emergency room, either on your own or through an ambulance, that's a value driver in your case. Third, if during the event you seek urgent medical care, value driver in your case. Fourth, if you go to an orthopedist or a chiropractor, or physical therapist, or document the injuries and the pain you're suffering, value driver in your case. I can go on, but the point is the insurance company is looking for whether you followed through, whether you've got the specific facts, the specific information that forces their hand to give you fair compensation in your case. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the insurance company knows that if they don't settle with you, they may be facing they may be facing 6 jurors to decide the proper outcome in that case. And that's not a place that they want to be, and it's a place that, with a fierce advocate, you're prepared to be. So keep in mind that when you document your injuries, you're not only making sure that your health is being properly cared for and ensuring that you're getting the medical care to hopefully be made completely whole, if not as close as humanly possible to where you were before the accident, but you're also protecting your claim. Your health is the first and foremost. That's the most important thing. It will follow you the rest of your life. But in this one moment of making sure that you receive fair compensation, if possible, for the injuries or damages that you've suffered as a result of the negligence of another driver, it's important that you document and identify these value drivers in your case. I hope this information has been helpful for you. If there's any takeaways, is that the insurance company, one, is out to make a profit and they will not just simply settle for what you give a fair valuation. Two, that it's a back and forth game that the insurance company will negotiate with you. And three, you need to identify the value drivers in your case and make sure that you're not only treating yourself, but you're also doing everything you need to do to ensure that you're documenting the injuries you've had early and frequently, and that you're obtaining all the medical care you need. I'm John Cannon with Cannon Associates, your fierce advocate. I hope this information has been helpful and evaluated if you can settle your own personal injury car accident claim with the insurance company. If not, or if you have specific questions, feel free to reach out to us at Cannon and Associates. We'd be happy to answer your questions in a free consult, no obligation, and answer whatever issues you have or concerns you have about the process. Please feel free to visit our Facebook page. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel here for more useful information, or visit our website, jpcannonlawfirm.com, for other resources and useful information. Thank you.